Welcome to the DLA Distribution Bahrain Change of Command Ceremony, honoring Commander Charles Tellis, Supply Corps, United States Navy, who will relinquish command to Commander Joseph H. Peth, Supply Corps, United States Navy. I am Dawn Bonsell, Public Affairs Officer from DLA Distribution, New Cumberland, Pennsylvania, and it is my pleasure to serve as your Master of Ceremonies today. The change of command ceremony is not prescribed officially by the United States Navy regulations, but rather is a time-honored tradition rich in naval history. The ceremony holds a special significance in that it honors the outgoing commander after a successful tour and serves as an introduction for the new commander. Parading all hands at quarters and public reading of official orders stem from those days when movement of mail and persons was a slow process. This procedure was designed to ensure only duly authorized officers held command and that all aboard were aware of its authenticity. The heart of the ceremony is the formal reading of official orders by the relieving officer and the officer to be relieved. Command passes upon utterance by the relieving officer, "I relieve you, sir." The officer being relieved responds, "I stand relieved." This simple procedure is duplicated hundreds of times daily throughout the Navy worldwide. As each watch officer passes responsibility to his or her relief in the conduct of each ship's routine. Today, you will witness the passing of the organizational flag. This procedure signifies the transfer of total responsibility, authority, and accountability from one officer to another. We are honored to have Colonel Hattie Richardson, United States Army, Commander, DLA CENTCOM and SOCOM, officiate today's ceremony. Throughout the ceremony, I will advise you when it is appropriate to stand and when to be seated. All military members are to remain uncovered during the ceremony. Only the official party will stand during the attention to order commands. To ensure the dignity of today's ceremony, please silence all cell phones, and because this event is being visually documented, please remove any visible government identification and enjoy this time-honored tradition. Thank you. Bosun, post the side boys.
All right, ma'am. Side boys, untamed, jump.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for our national anthem performed by Ms. Ashanta Lotson and the invocation to be delivered by Chief Warrant Officer William Timms. Commander, Supply Corps, United States Navy, arriving. DLA Distribution Bahrain, arriving. Commander, DLA CENTCOM and SOCOM, arriving. Bosun, post the side boys.
Aye, ma'am. Side boys, one step to the rear, march. Side boys, left and right, face. Mark time, march. Forward, march.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Ashanta Lotson will now perform our national anthem.
Hope, right, face.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. All the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, Chief Warrant Officer William Timms will deliver the invocation.
Please bow our heads. Almighty God, I pray this morning for the men and women of DLA Distribution Bahrain. Unite them as one in a spirit of service and friendship. Sustain them in their good work. Encourage them and grant them safety in every period. Give them strength for their labors and wisdom equal to every task. As we pass the colors in this historical ceremony, I especially lift up the two commanders, one outgoing and one incoming. Go with Commander Tellis and his family when they move to their new assignment. Let their new place be a service and blessing to them in every way. And be with Commander Peth as he assumed command of this great organization. Endow him with every grace and leadership that he will need. Watch over him and his loved ones through all this time of trials. Grant him and his people success in every good endeavor, so that their many missions might be accomplished and every member of the team might find satisfaction in the important work that they do on behalf of our nation. Amen.
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Hattie Richardson, Commander, DLA CENTCOM and SOCOM.
Good morning. Good morning. It is a good morning this morning. This is truly a great day, right? Yes, it is. We are here to honor two great officers. So it is a great day to be in NSA Bahrain. I'm truly humbled and honored to be a part of marking this significant milestone in the careers of two outstanding officers, Captain Select Charles Tellis and Commander Joe Peth. As we embark on the history of this amazing organization, DLA Distribution Bahrain, we not only embrace a change of command, but more importantly, encircle family, friends, and teammates who are here to support Charles and Joe as they both take a tremendous step into the next chapter of their military career. Before we go any further, I would like to acknowledge some very special people, Charles and Joe's families, who provide them the purpose and strength to be able to do what they do. Whether they are near or far in distance, our family is our best and strongest support. First, I'd like to acknowledge Shakina, who's Charles' spouse. She's also a Navy sailor, and her next assignment is in Washington, D.C. at the Navy Yard. I had an opportunity to talk to Shakina last night, gave her some pointers for Washington, D.C. Shakina, I'm so excited for you, and I just want to wish you all the best. I know you will do great things in Washington, D.C., and when I leave, I'm going to send a note and tell them to watch out. Team Tellis is coming their way, led by Shakina. I know we got Captain Select here, but I know who's really in charge. So congratulations and good luck to you in your next assignment. To Xavier, who is Charles' youngest son, 10 years old. Xavier is my new best bestie. He is my best bestie. I have a lot of besties, but I call him my best bestie. Xavier is in the 4th grade, and I would tell anyone, I can hold a conversation with Xavier any day. He and we get along very well. That's my new buddy. I will be staying in touch with your parents to make sure that they are taking care of you and you're getting what you want. And if you have any issues, you give Colonel Richardson a call. Just say you want to talk to your bestie. I asked Xavier what is it he's looking forward to and what's the most exciting thing that he's excited about going to DC, and he said the melting pot. And I was like, the melting pot? The restaurant. And I'm like, no, there's a lot of other stuff. So I did tell him some stuff, so parents get ready. Xavier got all the punters and he knows where he wants to go in the next. They can do it all in a week, Xavier, so just let them know what it is. They got you. Charles and Shakina also have an adult daughter, Alexis and son Jalen, who could not be here in Bahrain with us today, but I am sure they wish their dad well from afar. To Team Tellus, thank you is never enough when considering your great support to not only Charles, but also to DLA Distribution Bahrain and to the Defense Logistics Agency. I want you to personally know how much we appreciate your enduring support and for your sacrifice when Charles had to work the long hours and come home too tired for a little family time. I know it was not easy, and I thank you for your understanding, love, and support in keeping Team Tellus strong. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for Team Tellus. Joe's family is not joining him for this command tour, but I do want to recognize them nonetheless. Joe's wife, Christina, and their 15-year-old son, Spencer, live in Bluffton, South Carolina. Christina is a teaching coach for Beaufort County School System, in which she instructs middle school staff on teaching skills improvement. So there is someone out there that actually instructs teachers on their teaching skills. And Christina, Joe's wife, is one of those teaching coaches. So I think that is awesome. That has to be an awesome job. Spencer, Joe's son, attends May River High School in Bluffton. And I have not had a chance to meet them, but since they're close to Georgia, I told Joe if he need me to, I will be more than happy to go and check on them both. But I do want to extend my sincere thanks to Christina and Spencer for their love and support and for keeping the home front unbroken while Joe is away. Please join me in a round of applause for Team Pet. A special thank you and welcome to our joint logistics enterprise partners and customers in attendance. Thank you all for your continued support and partnership and for taking the time out of your busy schedule to share this great day with Charles, Joe, and their families. You being here bring a special aura to this great occasion. To Chief Warrant Officer Times, thank you for that powerful invocation and for remembering our service members in your prayer. To Miss Ashanta Lofton, all I can say is wow. You have a beautiful voice, and I just want to thank you for the wonderful rendition of our national anthem. It was absolutely phenomenal. Let's give them both another hand clap. To our MC, Don Vansell, who traveled here from New Cumberland, Pennsylvania. That's a long way. So that means that this ceremony, but not only this ceremony, but Charles and Joe really has a special place in our heart to come here and ensure that we were in step and we were doing the right things. I really do thank you, Don, for everything. Thank you for everything. And as a note, for many of you that don't know, When I did my battalion command, change of command, Dawn was the leader. She also emceed my battalion command. So it is great to see her here. When I heard her name, when they told me that Dawn would take the lead for the change of command, I was relieved. I said, oh yes, Dawn knows what she's doing. I knew that it would be a first-rate event, and I have not been disappointed. Thank you so much, Dawn. I appreciate it. Let's give her a hand clap. Thanks to the color guard, the sound boys, and those of you who worked behind the scenes to make this ceremony so special. Thank you so much for everything. I know that a lot of you did so much work. I cannot call all of you by name, but just know in our hearts, I know, and I saw a lot of you working on yesterday, and I know a lot of you were in here this morning. A lot of you were on the phone calls back to me as we continue to plan and coordinate this event, and just know that I'm truly grateful, and on behalf of the Defense Logistics Agency and the families and the friends who are here, we are truly grateful, and thank you so much. DLA Distribution Bahrain. Who is this organization? What is this organization? Many people, they've heard of it, but they really don't know what DLA Distribution Bahrain does. Well, they maintain forward position stock and provides multimodal distribution services to our U.S. forces operating in the Central Command area of operation. Their major customers are the U.S. Naval Forces Central Command and the Combined Maritime Forces operating in the 5th Fleet area of responsibility. The DLA Distribution Bahrain team performs standard distribution operations, including receipt, store, ship, and issue, as well as inventory control, care of stock and storage, packaging, and preservation. DDMB also provides tailored distribution services through a material processing center, where they receive material, perform customized sorting, temporary storage, customized delivery options, expedited shipment tracking, and freight forwarding functions. The type of material and storage here at DDMB includes clothing, housekeeping supplies, petroleum products, construction material, repair parts and component parts, mapping products, and ballistic missile defense shipping parts. They are able to do this mission, store everything that I just talked about in the most unique, the most dynamic geographical, strategic geographical region in the world. It's a challenge. It's hard work, it's tough work, but they have never failed in their mission. So accordingly, it is truly an honor to preside over today's ceremony as we bid farewell to Charles and celebrate the many accomplishments of DDMB while under his leadership. As you read his bio, you saw that Charles had a distinguished career, one with multiple tours. Charles assumed command of DLA Distribution Bahrain in May 2017 in support of Operations Freedom Sentinel and Inherent Resolve. Throughout his command, he led a cohesive and multifunctional workforce of 81 logistics professionals across multiple locations across the entire theater. He successfully expanded U.S. Central Command's only enterprise forward position stock to more than 17,000 national stock numbers valued at nearly $110 million. His efforts provided an agile distribution network that delivered effective and efficient solutions which enabled mission readiness, extended operational reach, and sustained force lethality to all U.S. service components operating in the CENTCOM area of responsibility. Against a backdrop of constraints that Charles had to face and the challenges that he faced constraints such as budget, which we all are very, very familiar with. He had to face the constraints of personnel reductions, which we are all very, very familiar with. Organizational changes, restructures, policies, guidance, everything, mission, changes, all constraints. But he exceeded every expectation, because although everyone faced those constraints and everyone faced those challenges, not everyone succeed. Not everyone meet the standard, but it is absolutely phenomenal that Charles exceeded the standards. His superb direction advanced CENTCOM's strategic priorities by executing the Trans-Arabian Network transportation contract, resulting in the movement of more than 4,000 tons of warfighter mission-critical requirements valued at nearly $20 million. I ask that you please bear with me for a moment, as I know only a few of the many significant contributions Charles has made in the past 2 years at DDNB. He built relationships with key logistics stakeholders throughout the CENTCOM AOR and CONUS, working closely with customers and partners to eliminate redundant supply lines, increase availability of material, and reduce costs to both DLA and the services. He sustained forward stocking posture while ensuring complete visibility of DLA services and supply chain support in the theater. Charles recognized a communication gap among military service providers in the theater and created a logistics triad for the 5th Fleet to improve the distribution network, local delivery, and hazmat forward stocking posture in Bahrain, and reduce frustrated material generated out of the port of Jebel Ali, United Emirates. He streamlined an extremely challenging ISA Air Base access process that was managed by Royal Bahraini Air Force. He reduced the local joint warfighter delivery times to ISA Air Base from 30 days to 14 days. That's in half. He meticulously coordinated the movement of Class 4 supplies in support of Eagle Lion 2018 exercise, improving the interoperability between U.S. and allied forces. Charles also, if that was not enough to be the commander and to also work with our partners, our JLAC partners, and support our warfighters in the theater, he had time to still give back by serving as the Vice President of the local Supply Corps Foundation chapter, promoting and developing more than 70 current and future naval logistics leaders. Charles' performance during this tour of duty has been superior, and he has exceeded the standard for the Defense Logistics Agency. As Charles head off to National Defense University, the Dwight D. Eisenhower School at Fort McNair, Washington, D.C., he leaves DLA Distribution Bahrain with a legacy of exceptional leadership and resourcefulness. Charles, I commend you for your tremendous leadership as the commander of DLA Distribution Bahrain. On behalf of our entire DLA family, I want to thank you for a job very well done, and we wish you, Shakina, Xavier, all the best as you transition and begin the next chapter of your lives. Congratulations again on your selection to captain. What an awesome accomplishment. I'm so happy and so proud of you. Shakina, Xavier, you can be very proud of your husband and dad. He has earned this honor, and he deserves the accolades. Charles, I'm so happy and so proud of you. Look forward to seeing you continuing to move up the ranks to greater responsibility. You are a valuable asset to the Navy and the Department of Defense. I know everywhere you go, you will leave the organization much better than it was because of your leadership, your talent and experience, and your attitude. Your reputation precedes you, so stay humble and remember to thank those who have served under your leadership for what you have achieved. You are assuming greater responsibility, but I am fully confident that you will excel. Now, as one great leader departs, another arrives to take the helm. Only the best are nominated and selected to serve as joint commanders at DLA distribution centers. Commander Joe Peth is a gifted leader and the right person to continue the strong and outstanding leadership at DLA Distribution Bahrain. I will not recap his career, but you can see by his bio that Joe has served in a variety of afloat and shore assignments, his most recent as the lead logistics planner for the Commander U.S. Fleet Forces Command. And while he served as an expeditionary logistics officer at Naval Special Warfare Command, he worked for then Captain, now Rear Admiral, Kevin Jones, the current Commander General of DLA Distribution. Joe, I am sure Admiral Jones is grateful to have you back as one of his distribution center commanders. You have amazing experiences, a variety of key assignments to prepare you for this challenge. I am confident that DLA Distribution Bahrain will continue to meet the challenges head-on under your leadership. Congratulations and welcome to your new position as the Commander, DLA Distribution Bahrain. At the end of the day, it goes back to taking care of your team. And I am so proud that I lead the DLA Central Command and Special Operations Command region that has the reputation of taking care of its people and getting things done the right way and in a timely manner in support of our warfighters. Again, thank you for attending today's ceremony, and a special thanks to all who made this happen. Warfighter first.
Commander Tellis, please join Colonel Richardson center stage. Colonel Richardson will now present Commander Charles Tellis, Supply Corps, United States Navy, with the Defense Meritorious Service Medal. Please remain seated. Attention to orders, Special Orders 19-003, dated 13 June 2019. The Defense Meritorious Service Medal is presented to Commander Charles Tellis, Supply Corps, United States Navy, who has distinguished himself with exceptionally meritorious service as Commander, DLA Distribution Bahrain, from May 2017 to June 2019. The distinguished accomplishments of Commander Charles Tellis, Supply Corps, United States Navy, reflect great credit upon himself, the United States Navy, and the Department of Defense. Signed, Rear Admiral Kevin M. Jones, Supply Corps, United States Navy, Commanding Officer, DLA Distribution. Ladies and gentlemen, Commander Charles Tellis, Supply Corps, United States Navy, Commander, DLA Distribution, Bahrain.
Good morning. It's my honor to stand here today in the presence of my family, the DLA Distribution Bahrain team, my colleagues, friends, to give some parting thoughts. First, I'd like to give glory to honor to God. Through him all things are possible. Not present today, but also want to acknowledge their support, Brigadier General Lascotti as well as Admiral Jones. I would like to thank them for the latitude and leadership and guidance they gave me throughout my 2 years here at DDMB. Thank you to Ashanta. What a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. I pray continued success for you and your talented family. Thank you to Warren Timms for presiding over this ceremony. Thank you, Don, Lieutenant Commander Luttrell, Master Sergeant Bang, and many others who also put this ceremony together. I would like to acknowledge and say thank you to a couple of folks. Captain Jackson's not here, as well as Captain Smith, but honored to have Captain Baker as well as Captain Dozier. And thank you, sir, for coming on behalf of Captain Fisher. To Colonel Richardson, I am truly honored by your presence from this important day for me. Thank you for taking time out your busy schedule and for your leadership, guidance, and philosophy within this past year. You have made an incredible impact in shaping the region's presence in this theater. You have seen what DDMB is: a high-performing, dedicated, and exceptional team. Though this chapter in my career is coming to a close, I look forward of the possibility of working with you or for you down the road. Now, today is supposed to be all about me, but anyone who really knows that that's not the type of person I am. I'm more of allowing people to give praise for allow them to go in front of me and get the praises. So before I thank the many folks in the audience for making today and my tour possible, let me address DDMB's importance. DDMB provides storage and transportation solutions. DLA distribution is at the heart of the most dynamic, kinetic, and demanding theater of operations. DDMB has been and is ready 24/7, 365 days out the year to support the Joint Warfighter Phase 0 or Phase 5, that we continue to support them, whether it's day op or operations, exercises, or real world and sometimes lethal actions. Our job as logistician is constant. While we remain steadfast in those missions, we also have the ability and have shown our ability to adapt to change. As the mission sets change, DDMB is ready to shift with the defense strategy and reform as DLA and leadership guidance requires. We see this by DDMB's transition into a new site, increased capacity. We see this by DLA distribution transportation contract, increased capability. We see this with the implementation of a 100% annual inventory, improving audit readiness. It is often said the only thing that's constant in the Fifth Fleet is change, and DDMB is always ready. DDMB supports multitudes of ships and warfighter units operating in this AOR under some of the high up-tempo, tight timelines and tough, sometimes physical conditions. DDMB has formed critical relationships, improved culture, and made our process more efficient. You have elevated the relevancy and credibility of DLA in this theater, a job well done. Now to the thank yous. First, leadership stems from the top. I always like to acknowledge and say thank you to my arms for always being by my side. Next, I would like to thank my legs for always supporting me. Finally, I would like to say thanks to my fingers because I can always count on them. Now, these attributes allow me to be an effective and efficient body to complete daily personal taskings or mission. These same attributes can also be said about the DDMB team. Those attributes that I mentioned can also be applied to the military, the government service, the local nationals, and the contractors working at DDMB. They work day in, day out to make distribution missions ready and to serve the warfighter and our nation. To summarize, the DLA Director, Lieutenant General Darrell Williams, you guys are the secret sauce that allows DLA to focus on putting the warfighter first. Many of you had said to me, what are you most proud of from your time in Bahrain? Well, it wasn't hard to come up with that answer. You see, it was the people and the relationships that I established with you guys. To the external logistics stakeholders, nav sent in for the CTF 53 commander, FLC, Captain Jackson, Captain Gibney, now Captain O'Driscoll, Captain Dozier, Captain Fisher. Hey, thanks for trusting me and my DLA distribution to be part of the logistics options, alternatives, and or solutions. I listen to the success at NAVCENT Cub and take great pride in DDMB's contribution. I also want to say thank you. Thanks for not kicking me out of your spaces the countless of times when you see me in your spaces soliciting for where DLA distribution can provide additional warfighter support. Captain Baker, I hadn't forgot about you. Thanks for all the advice, the watches and the suits and all that. I appreciate that very much. To my church family, the Order of Eastern Star, and also the mighty men of Alpha Phi Alpha, Thank you for stepping in and being that additional support structure which enabled Team TELUS to be resilient over the past 2 years. I pray our continued friendships will continue. Even though our time in Bahrain will come to an end, this is not a forever goodbye, rather a friendly see you later. Thank you for your support. To the 831st, as well as the DLA Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Dunez, as well as Lieutenant Colonel Brown, congrats to you both on what will be a successful command tour as well. Thank you for your countless times of filling the gaps when I needed your support. To Curtis and the rest of the JNCO team, you are the worker bees at the deck plates who's getting the job done every day, whether it's in extreme heat, sandstorm, or dirty rain. Thanks for the support that I had. Thanks for the support when I had another great idea. You've always provided many options to creative solutions and always found a way to say yes. To the military, Master Sergeant Feng, LS2 Morgan, Staff Sergeant Maldonado, as well as Sergeant Bumhart. Thank you for energizing me and motivating me each day. Thank you for working hard and mapping. I've enjoyed getting to know you and understanding and supporting your dreams. For the last two that I mentioned, Staff Sergeant Maldonado as well as Sergeant Bumhart, I know it's been short, not even a month yet, but I wish you continued success at DDMB. To the continuity of the team, Rupak, Jude, Jalil, Muhammad, Abbas, Shema, and Lee, and Muhammad, thank you for your steadfast dedication and hard work going beyond the call of duty. You do the hard jobs each day and every day. Know that the DLA needs you as we logisticians need each other. It's truly an enterprise effort supporting the warfighter. No matter how rough your day may be going, personally or professionally, you always display positive attitude. Thank you. I hope this site visits in various ships was an eye-opening experience that reinforced the importance on what you do and how you contribute supporting the warfighter. John, I didn't forget about you. You are the backbone of DDMB. For what I personally want to call out, I personally wanted to call you out and say thank you. Thank you for the countless times working late, last-minute emails, the reports and getting it out, sent out, and getting tasking completed. Best of luck to you and your family. To James, Severs, Sergeant First Class Beck, and Lieutenant Commander Scott Futrell, thank you for taking the leap of faith and coming out of Bahrain for 6 months. You have made a difference in your short time that you have been here. Your dedication, too, has kept the team on track. Thank you for allowing that to happen. To Jared, Dale, Tony, Vince, and Dan, the band of brothers. I wish you continued success in your endeavors here in Bahrain or wherever your careers may take you afterwards. Thank you for translating mission into vision, into action, and execution. You have challenged me to think outside the box and maintain patience. Your positive attitude enabled the team to share our common core goals and complete the mission the right, safe, and secure way. Randy. Thanks for showing up. This means the world to me. This means the world to me. I know I'm graced with your presence today because the backstory of it is that I am the only 4 commanders that he served with that he's actually attended the change of command. So thank you. Thank you for being a soundboard, telling me what I needed to hear, whether I wanted to hear it or not. Thanks for your proactive action, your commitment to the team, and dedication to getting the mission done the right way. To Commander Joe Peth, thanks for the willingness to pick up the ball and lead this talented DDMB team. I wish you incredible success. Julie Hunter got this command crawling. Todd Womack and Eric Nolly got the command walking. We're now trotting and the team is always ready to run. You're the right person at the right time to lead this team. You are inheriting a great, fabulous team. Now comes the hard part. Last but not least, to my family. Alexis and Jalen, though you're physically not here today, but you will potentially be watching later, I wanted to say thank you for allowing me to have the peace of mind while we're separated from you. These past 2 years have been challenging, of not seeing you as often as we have in the past. I'm truly grateful that you were able to visit Bahrain. Outside of the heat, I hope you were able to see how wonderful this country is. I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to witness the new addition to our family, a college graduation, and a start in new life with a new job in a completely different geographical location. I am so proud of you very both. I'm also glad that they had the opportunity to have an eye-opening experience that they can take away for the rest of their lives. Remember to keep an open mind and don't let others dictate what is right or good for you. Sometimes you're going to have to take a leap on faith and experience new things. To my wife and my youngest son, Shekinah Xavier. Sorry, I'm not that emotional. And I promise I'm almost done. Thanks for the resiliency and the toughness over being overseas. This was the first assignment overseas, and as we head back to DC, thank you for the love and support you provided me each day here in Bahrain. It's the reason why I kept it going every day. To Xavier, there is a military tradition. When we depart our current assignment, we give each other a gift to mark our duration that we spent at the assignment. Today, I wanted to extend to you a tradition. Your mother and I would like to present you a plaque. This plaque represents 2 years living in Bahrain. Since this is your first overseas assignment, wanted to make sure that you would never forget this wonderful place in your life that you spent in the Middle East. Shekinah, I love you. You are my rock. Words can't express how much you made my time here in Bahrain be at ease. The sacrifice you made, the love that you gave, the support that you provided me, the dedicated work, personally or professionally, you displayed. You mean the world to me. Thank you. Now, I didn't give you flowers because in a few hours we'll be jumping in a plane for at least 16 hours plus, headed back to the States. And as a typical supply corps officer, it wouldn't make economical sense to do that today. However, instead of flowers, I wanted to show you my appreciation, but most importantly, my love for you. Please accept this small token on my behalf. So in closing, as I depart and say farewell, I ask to keep the press on today and the future. I also ask Team DDMB to think about where you are today, where you want to be in 6 months and 5 years from now, and how you personally will make yourself and the command better. We have further opportunities to optimize logistics in this theater, build and strengthen relationships, and invest in each other through education, training, and mentorship. Please press forward, be bold, be brave, strong, fierce. Thank you. I will now read my orders. From Chief of Naval Personnel to Commander Charles Tellis, subject Bupper Order Number 3680. When directed by Reporting Senior, detach in June 2019 from DLA Distribution Bahrain and report no later than June 2019 to the Eisenhower School of National Defense Security in Washington, D.C.
Ladies and gentlemen, Commander Joseph Peth, Supply Corps, United States Navy, will read his orders.
I will now read my orders. From Chief of Naval Personnel to Commander Joseph H. Peth, subject Bupper's Order Number 3340. When directed by Reporting Senior, detach in May 2019 from Commander, U.S. Fleet Forces Command in Norfolk, Virginia, and report no later than June 2019 to DLA Distribution, Bahrain.
Colonel Richardson, please join Commander Tellis and Commander Peth center stage. We will now proceed with the change of command ceremony. The change of command ceremony is a military tradition that is rich with symbolism and heritage dating back to medieval times. Soldiers often carried staffs or standards into battle that identified them as a unit. Throughout military history, unit colors have marked the position of the commander on the battlefield. In more recent times, the colors represent not only the heritage and history of the unit, but also the unity and loyalty of all its members, both military and civilian. The colors are the commander's symbol of authority, representing his responsibilities to the organization. The passing of the colors represents the transfer of authority and responsibility for the mission and welfare of the organization from one commander to another. At this time, Master Sergeant Clarence Fang, United States Air Force, advances the organizational colors. The passing of the colors from Master Sergeant Fang to Commander Tellis represents the last official act between DLA Distribution Bahrain and the outgoing commander. The passing of the colors from Commander Tellis to Colonel Richardson signifies that DLA Distribution Bahrain is never without officer leadership. The passing of the colors from Colonel Richardson to Commander Peth signifies the passing of her trust as she charges Commander Peth with the responsibility for the organization's mission and the welfare of its people. Commander Joseph H. Pett, Supply Corps, United States Navy, is assigned primary duty as Commander, DLA Distribution Bahrain, effective 13 June 2019. We will now proceed with the Command Ashore insignia pinning. Colonel Richardson will now pin the Command Ashore insignia to Commander Peth's uniform. Ladies and gentlemen, Commander Joseph H. Peth, Supply Corps, United States Navy, Commander, DLA Distribution, Bahrain.
DLA Distribution, Bahrain, Navy Supply Corps leadership, family, friends, Joint Force, and honored guests. Thank you all for being here and sharing this moment as we conduct this time-honored tradition. Colonel Richardson, ma'am, thank you. It has truly been a privilege to have you here to preside over this ceremony. I appreciate you making that long trip to Bahrain. I don't get to say this much, but from the temperate climate of Tampa here to Bahrain, and providing your guidance, sharing your thoughts, and extending your appreciation of the hard work of the DLA team here. I'd also like to thank the people who planned and executed this event, Ms. Dawn Bonzo, as Master of Ceremonies, Mrs. Shanta Lotson for singing the national anthem, Warrant Officer Timms for the benediction, the color guard, the side boys, as well as Lieutenant Commander Futrell, Master Sergeant Fang, and everyone else involved in putting this together. Additionally, there are 3 people who could not be here today, but I definitely want to make sure that I acknowledge them. First, Rear Admiral Kevin Jones, DLA Distribution Commander. Rear Admiral Jones has long been a mentor to me and has consistently delivered sound advice and direction. I truly could not be happier to once again have this opportunity to work for him. His leadership style and genuine concern for the people who work for him makes for a phenomenal command climate, one that was readily evident during my recent DLA Distribution Headquarters visit. Next, I'd like to take a moment to thank my wife Christina and my son Spencer. Without their love and truly unwavering support, I most certainly would not be here. They support me in all my endeavors and make me intrinsically strive to better myself. I know that being apart is difficult, and I thank you both for the sacrifices you make to support me. It is truly an honor for me to assume command of DLA Distribution Bahrain. And Charles, I can't say enough about the phenomenal organization that you've developed that I now get the privilege of leading. Thank you for your insight and thorough turnover, but most of all, thank you for everything you've done to make Defense Distribution Bahrain the best that it could be. To the DLA distribution team, it's been a pleasure meeting each and every one of you, and I look forward working with you as well as getting to know you better over the coming weeks. I anticipate building upon the great successes and accomplishment of the past as we forge ahead, supporting our customers and the global warfighter while assuring accountability. Our warfighters must be prepared to fight our nation's wars and protect our national interest. To ensure this, we must continually improve, perfecting our capabilities and optimizing overall readiness while ensuring maximum value. Once again, I am honored and privileged to take command and lead this world-class organization. So with that, my first official act as Commander DLA Distribution Bahrain is to put down Liberty Call after the official ceremony and conclusion of this event. And to all the U.S. and local national civilians, 59 minutes is authorized. On behalf of the entire DLA Distribution team, thank you for being here today.
Gentlemen, please rise for the benediction and remain standing for the playing of the service medley and the departure of the official party.
Dear Father, again we thank you for your presence with us today. We thank you for the service of Commander Tellus while he served and led the personnel of DLA Distribution Bahrain. I pray now that you will be with Commander Perth as he take over. Give him the wisdom, the courage, and the strength to be an effective and compassionate leader. Guide him every day as he serves our country in his position. Strengthen his family during this time of being apart. Let them depend on you and the strength that you provide, that everything will be all right. Bless us all as we leave this place, celebrating our freedoms that have been preserved by the strength of the military we serve. In your name I pray, amen.
Bosun, post the sideways.
Sideways, right, face, forward, march. Mark time, march. And hold. Sideways, left and right, face. One step forward, march.
DLA CENTCOM, SOCOM, departing. DLA Distribution Bahrain, departing. Commander, Supply Corps, United States Navy, departing. Bosun, retire the side hoist. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the ceremony. We'd like to thank everyone who has participated in today's ceremony and those behind the scenes. You truly made this a special event. Invited guests are reminded of the reception immediately following in the back of the room. Thank you for attending.